where Pete is staring at me vehemently.
Oh shit, turkey!
Oh god. Oh my god. I'm joined by the two best guys I know in gaming who are
Put it over your eyes, that way you can actually look really
fondling
good.
each other's squids. Or something. What is that? Anyway.
I don't know.
Is that a squid?
Sure.
It's a squid. Sure, whatever. It's a googly-eyed squid.
Oh lord.
To my direct left, I have Mr. I'm wondering himself with a squid hat in tow instead of a fedora. I don't know why. It's Mr. Pete Anderson. To my far left, I have the biggest Zelda fan in the world. If you don't believe me, he has the tattoo of the Triforce on his right arm. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Jeremy Bird.
What's up, ladies and
Bird
gentlemen?
is the word.
Bird is the
What's
word.
up, ladies and gentlemen? Biggest Zelda fan in the world. Coming at you once again. I'm gonna hit you.
And I, of course, am the best ponytail in the business. It's fabulous. I only do everything. It's fabulous. Hashtag Nick's a dick. It's fabulous. Why are you doing this to me? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Nicholas De Jesus. How's it going tonight?
What's up, guys? I'm Pete.
Yeah, you were already introduced when you were acting a fool.
Thank you, I was gonna say that actually. Oh, turkeys!
And here's a thought.
Oh.
I think, and this is kind of based on our last episode, I think
YouTube.com/ImprovGamers.
Okay. I think more people should be releasing kind of classic versions of stuff. I think more and more developers should be doing that. I'd like to see like a rare console. Like we had the 30 for 30, right? I would like, but you know, so they did that. But I would like to see other companies kind of do that.
So like a Genesis, 30 for 30 Genesis.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like to have Sega develop like a little mini console, like not even trying to get into a console war, but just develop like a little package of all their classic games. Because Sega's still around, they could pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Atari is still around, they can pull it off too. Like that'd be kind of cool. Like getting the major throwbacks from the major companies themselves, and them giving you a console to play it the way that it was intended to play.
What was it? You could do a classic Sega Master System.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I love it.
That would be dope.
That'd be the dopest.
Dopest. We love you, Dan.
If you didn't know, this is the greatest games cast in all of Albion, all of the Mushroom Kingdom, and all of the past, present, and future locations in the shitty, not so shitty, yet to be determined shitty movie Assassin's Creed series.
Nice one.
Nice, right? Mm-hmm. We're three friends who come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we talk to you about all things gaming. We also bring you live Twitches on Tuesday and Thursday. And we, from time to time, bring you live shows. What are you doing? Stop that. Stop it. We also bring you our To a Console every Sunday, where we bring you the biggest news in gaming live on YouTube.com.
It's frustrating.
And if that sounds like something you'd love or be interested in, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share our beautiful faces with your beautiful friends. And now on to the topic at hand, which is game mechanics we hate.
You want to start, Nick?
I don't want to start it. I want you to start it, Pete. Since you've been starting with me all night.
Recently, I've been playing this game
Hi, my
called
name is Pete Anderson.
Rogue Legacy.
Rogue Legacy.
Came on the PS4
By Pete Anderson.
and the Vita.
On the PS4 and Vita.
On the cross save.
Oh.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. And it is fun, but I realized one mechanic of games I fucking just can't stand, and that's grinding.
Grinding. You hate grinding.
Fuck!
I
You knew I was gonna go with that one.
grinding.
Okay.
What happens in this game, very hard game, Dark Souls-esque, you have only 4 places to beat, and then one final boss. There's only 5 bosses in total. You have to go and defeat the bosses. There's one in a castle, one in the forest, there's one in darkness, and then there's one in the tower, basically.
You
So
really dark in the darkness.
So you have to go to the castle, you know, that's the
I
easiest.
was born from it.
Fantastic. Then you go to the forest.
Horses wear.
and you go to the tower, such and such, you unlock these
I
four
didn't
things.
see the light until I was a man.
Can someone internet all this kind of talking
I don't think you
here?
still see the light.
And by then, it was
So-
blinding.
So yeah, that's my review of Rogue Racing. You sons of bitches. No,
Doesn't feel good when somebody keeps on interrupting you. And
I don't know what you're talking about. So, but basically, it's you have to grind and make yourself stronger and stronger. Right now, I was level 1 in the beginning. Still have not beaten the first boss, and I'm level 31 now.
oh, nice. Wow.
So
nice.
it's very hard, you know.
Well, that's kind of like how Final Fantasy was. Once you got out of Final Fantasy VII, once you got out of what's it called? I can't think of the
I
name.
never played Final Fantasy VII.
Can't think
You
of the
mother-
name.
You've been bringing it up all the time. You never played it. You son of a bitch!
Why can't I think of the name?
I'm gonna fucking shun you from now on. Give me
can't-
shit for weeks on that, and you never played the fucking game.
Why can't I
You
think of
asshole.
the name? Anyway, you leave the main town, or the main city,
Yeah.
and you finally go out into the open world. And like before you can get to like the next town where you have to you have to grind a little bit. I think a lot of those games were like
I
that.
don't
The
mind
original
gri-
Zelda was a lot like that.
Yeah.
Where you had to kind of grind a little bit. before
Zelda
you could
2
get
in
anywhere.
particular.
Yeah. So I mean this has been around for a while. I can't believe that you're just starting to discover your hate for it.
Well, no, because when I played Final Fantasy X, the superior Final Fantasy game,
No, it wasn't.
fuck you all. I'm talking.
6.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
but
that's fair. He's got a
but grinding wasn't that bad because I was able to roam around and not see the same fucking thing. If I wanted to go to a field, I went to a field. I wanted to go to a lake, I went to
you
a
could
lake.
grind wherever you want.
This,
So you had options.
yes,
Of grinding.
yes, it regenerates the castle and forest and everything, but still, it's same enemies, same idea.
Okay.
And it's
gotcha.
just very
So
frustrating.
redundant grinding, like where you're
Yeah.
grinding like hogs all day, so that then you can get one experience point and grad and.
How long that would take us? That
Well,
would take
it's-
us 340.
It's basically you have to collect coins, and the coins powers up your
Yeah,
character.
okay.
And
Gotcha.
it's cool. The cool thing is like you have different diseases and stuff. For example, like you could be a dwarf, and it's called dwarfism. So your character is now a dwarf. When he dies, your
Dwarf.
ancestor takes over because that's basically how it is. It's descendant. Yeah, your heir. And then he could have blindness, so he can't see color. So the game is now in black and white.
Oh, that's weird. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to
Then
play
there-
something like that.
Then there's one where you're very fast. There's one where you have nearsighted vision, so you can only see what's around you.
Gotcha,
And like the rest of the screen is blurred. And then there's some where it's like regular, and it's cool. But just to continue to do it, and then with the random levels that you have, you hit it, and then like you may get 100 coins or you may get 1,000 coins. It varies, and then you're like, oh, maybe I have enough strength to go to the boss. I faced the boss 4 times, lost every single time. But it's
Are you
just
sure you're at the right boss?
You sure you're playing the game right?
The castle is the first boss.
Are you sure you're playing the game right?
Yeah.
That's actually a good question.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty good question.
Let us know in the comments.
No, that's exactly how you play. You have to keep grinding and going through ancestors and building up your little thing.
Gotcha.
So, but it's very frustrating because I'm like, this game is very addictive. I'll give it that. All the reviews are like, it's like crack. It's very addicting.
Okay.
And it is. But then there comes to a point I'm level 31. I'm still in the first boss. I'm like, let me just think about this. I've already put like 3 hours into this game.
Is this a hack and slash kind of game?
It's similar to like a Castlevania, old school Castlevania, you
Okay.
know. But it's like I put 3 hours into this game. I still have to go through the forest. I have to go through the tower, the darkness, and the final boss. I said, is it really worth just continuing to go? And it's frustrating because I hate giving up games, as you guys
So
know.
frustrating.
Frustrating.
So
But
frustrating. What
it's
about
just,
you, Jay?
it's frustrating.
Random encounters.
Random encounters.
Okay.
So Pokemon. You hate Pokemon.
No.
You hate Pokemon.
No.
You son of a bitch.
No. Let me explain. So say you're playing like old school like Final Fantasy games or whatever. Okay.
Or Pokemon?
No. No. Let me explain.
Yes, please do.
So it's like it's not the full random encounters. It's just when like say you go through this whole level, you beat the boss, and you have to trick your way out of the dungeon. And it's just, they just throw everything at you, like random after random after random. And we've all been there, we're just playing, okay, I finally, God damn it, God damn it, I just want to get back to the town and get my sword. God damn it, that's so much, it just drives you crazy. Like, Earthbound actually redeemed itself, because Earthbound, instead of it being like you can't see him on screen, you can actually run away from him.
Okay.
As you get stronger in Earthbound, the enemies will be like, oh shit, he's too powerful, and they'll actually avoid you. That's
Okay,
what I like.
alright.
When you can't see him on screen, I'm just like, for God's sake, let me just get back and just get this quest done. You're driving me crazy.
I just hate when you have those random encounters and then you try to run. It's like, oh, you can't run away. And you're like, fuck.
That or leveling up learning curves where like say you battle a first boss and then you just get completely like chicaned and then basically it's like, all right, let me level up and go after him. Nope, 3. Nope, 4. Nope. And then I go up to level 10 and he drops like a rock and I'm like, oh, why couldn't it be 5?
Yeah. What I hate is steep learning curves.
Oh Lord.
Or steep difficulty curves. My greatest example would be like Devil May Cry, right? Devil May Cry always gives you that intro that's like fucking cake, right? It's like, all right, this is how you play the game and this is how you fight the enemies, and then the first boss is like, not even the first boss, like the first enemy that you fight outside of that tutorial was like, oh yeah, but did we tell you that this is basically calculus and now you have to apply these techniques in a very advanced way?
Yep.
And it's just like, holy shit, that's what I always hated about Devil May Cry. I fucking trekked through it, but I fucking hated it. And I hated that if you die like 3 times in a row, they'll just go, hey, bitch, do you want us to make this easier for you?
And then every time when you're so mad from losing, you're like, you click it, fuck, no, I didn't want it.
Yeah. So that's the mechanic that I hate, is that steep, like, heavy early learning curve where they teach you a game and they show you what it is that you need to do, and it's like cake. It's like the easiest thing in the world. And then they throw you in the middle of shit where you're just like, wait, this isn't anything near what I learned. This guy's moving 10 times faster than everything I've ever seen so far, and you guys expect me to understand exactly how to beat this enemy.
I can give you a good example too. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You start up the game and you have all the great equipment, the best things. You're one-shotting everything in the room. You meet up with Death. Death steals all your equipment, and then you're left with just your fists, and you're just like, oh shit.
Yes.
And literally, if you don't know how to play that game, which I learned, that literally it's get your first good piece of armor, your first good weapon, you're able to trek through the game. Before that, everything just whoops your ass left and right. So.
That's what I hated the most about Metal Gear Solid. Right, and I know I rarely ever throw shade at Metal Gear Solid, but one of the one of the things that I hated the most about Metal Gear Solid was the redundancy of this naked individual. Like, you play the game, go through it not very easily, but you get like probably 75% done with the game, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, but you got caught, so we're gonna take all your shit, and now you have to sneak around a highly defended military base in order to get your stuff back. So all the tricks that you've learned, you can't do that. You have to stick to the basics to defend against highly advanced techniques. And it's just like, oh, what the fuck, really? And I just, not that I hated that mechanic, I hated the fact that he used it so often. In every game, there's always a naked scene. Like you're naked and you have to get around somehow.
Yeah. So here's a new one for you. So my nephew recently got Yokai Watch. I didn't know what the game was about, and the other day he's just like, hey, can you beat this boss for me? I'm like, how do you play this anyway? He goes, oh, you do this, and I'm like, okay. So it's kind of like Pokemon, but with ghosts. So he faced the first boss. He's got 6 yokai, 6 different ones. I start playing it, and then I'm doing, like, what's called, I think it's their, like, yokai attack or whatever. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It's their big special move they do. So I do that. I use all 6 of them.
I know what it's called. It's called...
So, basically, I use them all, and then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what the hell do I do? And I lost, like, 2-3 times, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I go to my nephew, I'm like, so, you can only use a special attack. He goes, well, you target, which is you tell them where to attack. And I'm like, well, how do they attack? He goes, they attack on their own. I'm like... Come again? So they'll go into battle, they'll start attacking it, you put the target on the boss, and then they'll start attacking it, or you can use the special attacks. But it's such a learning curve, because you used to go in and you see them just throwing attacks in, and I'm like,
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's interesting.
It's got a little bit of a learning curve, because when you first start playing it, the level up takes a little long to do, but like I leveled them up 2 or 3 times, and then literally I went after and I beat the boss. The second boss was such a pain in the ass, because the second boss was throwing like this goo at you, and what it does is it makes you like so you can't attack like normal attack. So I got stuck in a dead battle the other day. He killed all 4 of them, and then literally my one guy can't attack, and I'm waiting for his yokai meter to go back up to use his special, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm looking, I'm like, I can't do anything. I'm in a dead fight. I'm like, come on, guys, how do you break a game like this?
Yeah.
So I just literally was sitting there. I literally went, all right, wait for it, and so.
That sucks.
It sucks, but it's a fun game. I still want to play it, though. But
that sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
I hate mechanics in games that trick you.
Like what?
Explain. I will.
Okay, Yoda.
I was going for $1, but okay.
Not
First of
even
all,
close.
Bioshock. Fun game. Great game. The story, everything. And it gets harder, obviously, as games go. So, I finally got to the final boss. It's like, make sure you're all prepared and everything. Make sure you have all your shit. So I was like, all right. Yes. So I had all my stuff to the crisp. I had my weapons. I had everything fucking perfect. I was like, I'm going to go in and we're going to have a war. I go in. I shoot 3 times. Boss is dead. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
Where, I beat the game, but to have such a mechanic where this game revs up and then the last boss is
This is
just...
a cake.
It's a joke. Like, I was all ready. I was like, really? I destroyed him like that?
I think that can actually break an experience because you're like... Because I think one of the key features of a game is gearing up for that last fight. And it's so underwhelming. It's just like, that just destroyed my entire
Like Devil May
experience.
Cry 3, perfect example. That final fight, fantastic. Those mid-fights, great, leading up. And I was like, all right, I'm getting ready for a big fight. But now, like, playing that, I was like...
What about
deflated.
Fable 2? You go through the whole thing and then you face off against the big tyrant guy and you're like, you're ready to do it, and literally, you can literally make a decision. And literally, I'm looking at him and I'm pointing and I'm like, all right, he's going to dodge and then we're going to go to a battle sequence. Boom. And I was like...
Wait, that actually happened. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I literally
it was
was
so
like,
surprising.
I played like 80 hours in that game.
Yeah.
I'm all geared up, like Pete said, and then literally I boom away one shot. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, I love that game, but that was the biggest disappointment of that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
That or in Earthbound, you go all the way to Gygas at the end of the game, and for some reason I just kept trying to beat him. I couldn't figure out what I'm supposed to do. Basically, what you do is have everybody defend. And then you have the girl character named Paul. You have her do her prayer technique. Mm-hmm. Just have her pray 6, 7, 8 times, and as each time the prayers get stronger, then this one world you visited starts praying. This other world you visited starts praying, and so on and so forth. And basically, the prayers of the world actually weaken him to where you can actually attack. Never would have known in a million years. And literally, I was like, I've tried everything else. Let me just pray. And then all of a sudden, I triggered a cutscene, and I'm like, all right. And all of a sudden, it's like Gygas' shield is down, and I'm like, ooh, now
nice.
you gotta get it, motherfucker.
Nice.
So, what are your most frustrating mechanics in games?
Frustrating.
Do you have any? Let us know in the comments. Remember, if you're new here and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like video. If you like what you've seen this week, make sure you check out all our past videos. And if you're new to today, check out the past 2 where we talked about the classic Nintendo Mini. And we also talked about what the deal is going on with this Pokemon Go shit. Remember, what?
Huh?
Remember every Sunday, youtube.com/ImprovGaming for
Our
new
live-
releases, biggest news of the week, and topic of the show. All that good stuff. I'm cutting off Nick because I can.
For all things gaming, keep it tuned here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, game on.
I need a hug. You deserve a hug for that one. Princess!
18 minutes.
Princess, we're done.
She's probably sleeping.
Should I say it like Nick?